Okay, looks like the game is going, and Aaron's got the Forge. So let's see what he's got as some starting cards. Alright, we've got the Venerable Raptor, which is a good place starting early. That Venerable as a modifier, putting more power into the level 1 cards than the level 2 or 3. So options that you have if you want an aggressive play, go ahead and start with your Venerable Raptor, or you could wait into the late game, and if you draw into only level 1 cards, this is going to be stronger than your average level 1 card. Oh, we've got the Vampiric Reaper, which is going to give itself +2 attack, and give itself +3 attack, which will trade in with the Corrupt. Oh no, it will not. That's a 9 health creature. The Hematophagic Patron going to activate to give the Corrupt Demon that extra 2 attack. How is Chris going to deal with this? I'm thinking we're going to see that Everflame Phoenix come out. Maybe Chris thought this was a 7/6. Put the Vampiric Reaper here. Potentially, I would think we're going to see the Everflame Phoenix come out and block the Hematophagic Patron. Yep, that's what we see. Alright, and then we'll go into combat. Maybe if he noticed that, maybe thought that was a 9 health, it could have potentially blocked. I guess nothing really that dealt the most damage, and you're going to want to upgrade that. Those corrupt cards are just hard to deal with, especially when you get them buffed up. Okay, now Chris has the Forge. We do see the Firestorm in his hand, so we might see a potential start with a Soul Reap moving into Firestorm. That is what we see. Oh, he's just going to deal the 3 to this and not use the Firestorm. We can see that. Other option was starting with the Hibernating Spirit, and then next turn Firestorm. But you do want to get that Soul Reap for the free zombie off Zrath's Will. And lanes are probably going to be open, so I'm thinking we're going to see a Hibernating Spirit next. I'm guessing we're going to see the Spring Dryad come down sometime this turn for Aaron. Yep, we will see that starting now. Because of that, I'm guessing we're going to see a Summoning Council afterwards, maximizing that healing. But we are going to probably see this Hibernating Spirit come down. And Aaron does not have a great response to that, so that makes me think the Summoning Council to get the chump blocker down might be the play. We do have the Volcanic Giant, which would be a 6/4, but why would you want a 6/4 when you can get a 6/6? In this game, that's a great question, because sometimes it's not dependent on the current board state, but about what you might want in the future, where level 2 Voltaic Giant is reliant on spell synergy to get its power, whereas a level 2 Hibernating Spirit is reliant on board position to get its power. So you really want to be thinking about what's going to happen in the future when you're deciding what you're going to play now. Yeah, we do see that Summoning Council to chump block the Hibernating Spirit, giving an extra 2 health off of the Dryad. And then we'll go to combat, leaving a 6/4 and a 4/2 with a 2/2 on board. All right, we've got Chris not on the Forge, and we've got Aaron on the Forge, which is really nice for this Indomitable Fiend, which also works very well with that Vine Lash that Aaron has in his hand, because it can battle something, take the damage, die, and come back. We do have the Bone Scythe Reaver as to destroy the Wisp. Not a great target for that. Often in this matchup, you'll want to save that Bone Scythe Reaver to take out an Oak Father, because the level 2 Bone Scythe Reaver says destroy an enemy level 1 creature. So the level 1 Bone Scythe Reaver can deal with an Oak Father. The level 2 can't, but then the level 3 says a level 2 creature or a level 1 creature, I believe, and then it can start dealing with Oak Fathers again. So it's often good to save this Bone Scythe Reaver for a level 2 minion. Oh, let's zoom back in. Meant to scroll through chat. Okay, so we're seeing, yeah, the deal 2 is going to finish off the Spring Dryad. And we'll see. Okay, we are going to get the Pterodon Mauler coming through. It's going to give it aggressive and breakthrough. Doesn't need the aggressive this turn, but +4 attack and breakthrough is great. And the interesting thing about how this works. Okay, so Chris is going to have a response, right? Then we'll go to combat. The Pterodon Mauler, with breakthrough, will deal damage to the enemy player. The Indomitable Fiend will die and reanimate. So we have 2 triggered effects based on combat. The reanimation of the Indomitable Fiend, and then the give another creature +2/+2. Because Aaron has the Forge of all the post-combat abilities, Aaron gets to trigger them first. And he gets to choose what order they get triggered in. So I believe the Indomitable Fiend can come back into play and then take on the +2/+2 from the Pterodon Mauler's ability. Because anytime you have triggered abilities, when you are activate that are simultaneous, and combat happens simultaneously across all rows, you as the player, the active player, the player with the Forgeborn deals with their triggered abilities first. And they get to choose what order it happens. If that triggers more triggered abilities, whatever those abilities are, will then... does not look like we have any mages in play, so I think the Unstable Lasher is just trying to get a trade in with this. That should be 7. Yeah, there we go. That's 7 attack. So in combat, this Indomitable Fiend will die. This will deal 4 damage with breakthrough. These guys will trade. Then the Indomitable Fiend gets to come back, and the damage happens. And then the +2/+2 comes in. Yep. And then the 1 damage will come onto the Indomitable Fiend from the Unstable Lasher. That is correct.
First, and then yours triggers. So I think that would happen.
Yeah, so it becomes the 6/3 now. Yep.
Okay.
Because
that all happens.
You're good. We were actually debating on the whether I could use the Mauler trigger on the Fiend's
yes.
redeploy.
Because all of those go on the stack at one time, you get to choose what order it happens. So you can choose for the Indomitable Fiend to come in first, and then do the +2/+2.
Okay.
This is one of those niche situations.
What we're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, so they were discussing that intricacy that sometimes you'll see in play, and sometimes who has the Forge will greatly matter. Sometimes you can deal damage to another creature, or do something about your opponent's board. Who triggers their abilities first will have will come into play often. Alright, so we're going into the next turn here, and Chris has got the Forge. She's starting with this Hibernating Spirit. You definitely want to get that Spirit down. It has stronger stats than your average creature would, but it does have the downside of the deploy if it's played in a lane with repulsive creature. Destroy this. Okay, we're going to see that level 2 Spring Dryad come out. Spring Dryad is a scary creature that you definitely want to deal with. Does not look like Chris has a response to this immediately. So we are going to see the Combat Fiend, which will trade in with the Indomitable Fiend, and as long as this Spirit lives, we'll get that +2/+2 when it gets destroyed. Aaron's probably feeling pretty good about that Spring Dryad living. I'm guessing we are going to see a Steadfast Shambler come down, is what I'm assuming we'll see. We might see this Corrupt Demon trading. Yep, so he wants to get the... it will trade over, yeah, that's true. It'll trade over, so Chris will not get the +2/+2. Again, that Spring Dryad coming in to kind of help with that self-damage that the Corrupt Demon is causing. Will go to combat, ending up with Aaron having a fresh Spring Dryad and an 8/3 on the board. So yeah, these guys will trade, and then the Corrupt Demon will trade over, having an 8/3 and that fresh 7/8 on board. All right, we've got the next turn going. We've got Aaron has the Forge again, has the Indomitable Fiend on the Forge, also has this Summoning Council, which is great for the Spring Dryad. 2 bodies on board, one of those being an 8/8 breakthrough. So that's 4 health off this level 2 Spring Dryad. And the cool thing between a Spring Dryad and an Indomitable Fiend, when it reanimates, is another creature coming into play to proc the heal of Spring Dryad post-combat. We do see that turnabout, so he does have to be wary. Aaron's got to be wary of what he puts between his creatures. Right now, he's just got a 2/2 Wisp there, which is not going to do much with this turnabout, but this turnabout is level 1, so it is required to target a level 1 creature. So based off the hand we see from Aaron, doesn't seem like we're going to see a turnabout play this time. The Vampiric Reaper going to come down and be able to value trade with the Oakfather. That is nice, sitting at 1 health, living. That is great, giving that extra health differential to buy time. And then what are we going to see? I'm guessing we're either going to see the Indomitable Fiend come down, or we're going to see the Wisp get replaced by the Pterodon Charger. We do have a Beast in play, so the Soul Reap can do the extra damage to the Reaper, clearing it from the board this turn and initiating the bonus effect on the Soul Reap. But no, we do get the Pterodon Mauler. It's a 10/10 with breakthrough and aggressive, and when this damages the player, give another creature +4/+4. Unfortunately for Chris, that turnabout can only target a level 1 enemy creature, and all those creatures stacked up are level 2. This is an imposing position, and we are going to get the +2/+2 on this big board. So now the Oakfather is going to trade over the Vampiric Reaper. No, actually, they're just going to trade in. But be able to still deal 1 damage over top the Vampiric Reaper. Chris has got a Varna's Pact that can only go for 2. Can't kill off anything. You got a Yeti Warcaller, nothing moved. Got a Fire Fist Uranti. Yeah, it does not seem like a strong position for Chris. Looking like all he can do is put out a chump blocker. He's going to put out 2 chump blockers with his Forgeborn ability. The Varna's Pact comes in, can be -6/-6 now. I forgot about the Forgeborn ability. I've got to be sure to keep those in mind. We've got 3 on board, so there's a -6/-6. I'm assuming we're going to see the demon die. Yep. We do see the demon, because the spell sprites came in before the spell was played, they do get buffed up +3/+3. I'm sorry, +2/+2 to 3 force. And so now we're going to do combat. So 1 breakthrough gets in on the Oak Father. We see 9 breakthrough coming in on the Pterodon Charger, or Pterodon Mauler. So that's 10 damage total. Oh, I gotta figure out how to shift in my chair without making those sounds. Nice, and then, yep, the Dryad coming through. These Dryads, if you let them live, they will take over the game. And now that Dryad's getting +4/+4. It's going to be even harder to deal with. Let's see what Chris can do. He's got a new Forgeborn ability. When you play a spell, deal 5 damage this turn to creature or player. He can deal 4 damage to each creature. And we've got... Oh, sorry. Are we not? Just double checking. We're not in the new Forgeborn so far. Never mind. He will not have this. Alright, let's fix that. Just trying to deal with Tabletop Simulator. So we've got the Fleet Druid is going to give 2 chump blockers, and the Pterodon Mauler no longer has breakthrough. We do see the Everflame Phoenix. This is the last turn of the deck cycle, so we will see probably this Everflame Phoenix come in as the second play, and does not seem like Aaron has a response to that Everflame Phoenix. Nothing that's going to have 12 attack, so it does seem like that Everflame Phoenix is going to be able to revive the level 3 at the end of the deck cycle. That may be what Chris needs to get back in this game. Yeah, he's just saying it's in the back row because he doesn't have the forge. Okay. So I'm thinking we're going to see this Everflame Phoenix. Where is this Everflame Phoenix going to come in? Potentially can be scary against the Glowhive Siren if it gets too big. Could potentially kill a 15/15 next turn if that Dryad stays alive. He decides to put the Everflame Phoenix elsewhere because he is scared of that level 1 Glowhive Siren getting too big and dealing with the Everflame Phoenix. Although that Everflame Phoenix does have 2 mobility, and this Wisp will die, opening up this middle lane to potentially move into next turn. So we do see the Everflame Phoenix. We have another beast. He could activate his patron. He does have a beast to give attack to. That is what he's going to do. He's going to play this, which will... Oh. He's going to set up to have a blocker against that 15/15 coming in next turn. I'm guessing he will activate that ability and give the Glow Hive an extra 4 attack. Also gets an extra 2 health from the Dryad coming in, which bumps up the Glow Hive an extra 2. And then we'll go to combat, where there's a bunch of chump blocking going on. Neither of these have breakthrough. So I am just going to come into the chat and let them know one thing. Ooh, I have...
Oh, and it,
I just wanted to chime in that because they're both these creatures are in the back. Combat actually happens.
Right.
It doesn't really matter because I know it's going to get replaced, but just wanted to chime in with that.
No, 100%.
I like it more. Appreciate you looking out for us.
So we do see that Everflame Phoenix coming in. Ideally, you want to grab that before it gets shuffled in, but you can just search the deck. But yeah, they'll just search the deck and they'll shuffle it, and that's fine. They know what's going to be in the deck. But we do have new Forgeborn abilities. So here in deck cycle 3, we're going to have Nova's Wrath. Give one creature +6 attack. If it's a minion, it may strike the opposing creature. We don't see a minion out right now, but we do know that Summoning Council can get a scary Oakfather with that, which will be able to strike for 14. So let's look out for that this turn. We also see Gathering Storm. When you play a spell, deal 5 to a creature or player. We see one spell in hand. The Gloom Reaper Hag could make it play for free, but the only way to activate the kill off the Gloom Reaper Hag to heal is with the Blight Witch, which lets you play a spell for free anyway, and he does not have a second spell in hand. We do have a Beast in play, so this Soul Reap can get some value. Not necessarily a great target. We do see the Vine Lash, which could potentially help deal with the Everflame Phoenix in the future. So I think maybe doing a Soul... Oh, we are going to get the +2 health with the Dryad in play, giving another +2, which will get this Glow Hive big enough to deal with that Everflame Phoenix. That is scary. That could potentially Vine Lash. Oh, we're going to activate... Yeah, activating that to give this beast the extra, this bear the extra attack, so it will trade off with the spell sprite. So we could get the Yeti Warcaller in to deal 3 damage somewhere while moving the Everflame Phoenix. That is a play we have open this turn, which could deal with the Soothing Bear. Not the highest priority target on board, but the only thing that 3 damage will deal with. The Combat Fiend might be, or the Gloom Reaper Hag might be a good blocker for that Pterodon Charger, as it's sitting at 2 health. We do see the Gloom Reaper Hag coming down for that express purpose. Maybe we'll see the Everflame Phoenix moving over to the Spring Dryad. I might wait on the mobility of that until the next action phase, so you have more knowledge on where you might want that to go. We don't see any minions, so there's no way to get that strike effect off this turn. We could see the Soul Reap. We do see the Vine Lash, which I'm guessing is going to be the Glow Hive onto the Everflame, potentially. Oh no, we see the value trade there. Okay. We're saying we can deal with this Everflame Phoenix over a couple of turns. Right now, I want damage going in. So you got to deal with this 1 health Glow Hive and this Pterodon Mauler. And if you block the Glow Hive rather than the Mauler, you're going to end up taking a lot of extra damage. So I might see the Everflame Phoenix moving in front of the Pterodon Mauler to not get the +4/+4 effect in this turn. which means that Dryad is going to stay alive. Doesn't have anything that can deal with this. What he could do is move over the Everflame Phoenix and play the Yeti, activate the Yeti to deal with the Glow Hive. Okay, so he is choosing to deal with the Spring Dryad over the Pterodon Mauler. And I'm guessing we're going to see, we could see the Yeti come and chump the Pterodon. That's what we see, and activate to deal with the Glow Hive. A very scary turn, but does manage to deal with these threats pretty darn well. This Pterodon Mauler is staying, but it doesn't have the breakthrough anymore, so it can just be chump blocked. This Dryad is gone, sitting at 2 health for this Everflame Phoenix. We're only in deck cycle 3 right now, so chances are we will see this Everflame Phoenix come back again. And I believe, let's double check, that was the first turn? Yeah, that was the first turn of this deck cycle. So, okay, we've got Chris with the start again with that turnabout. Probably not going to do that much, but this Vampiric Reaper healing him, dealing 5, setting it to a 14-12. Could be very good. Could pretend, and we do have the Beast for that Soul Reap. So that Soul Reap can deal with that Pterodon Mauler. We might see the Soul Reap play while the Beast is in play, and even if this Beast dies, it will be replaced by its level 2 the level 2 version will reanimate. The level 2 version is still also a Beast, so that Soul Reap is going to be effective next action phase, no matter what gets played now. So we might see not see that Soul Reap come out now, and see maybe the Vampiric Reaper coming out. We don't have a mage in play for the Staff of Varus, so I'm inclined to see that Soul Reap, the Vampiric Reaper coming out as a 14-12. Okay, we do see the Soul Reap now. We're going to do it on the Pterodon Charger, but that's going to heal 10 ultimately, because we do have a Beast in play, and deal 5 to the enemy player as well. That Soul Reap coming in huge value.
Draw my summoning
Gen.
council and smack somebody's face.
So
Right.
we're moving into combat, right? I just want to make sure we're...
He's deciding to use his hero power or not.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's a Forgeborn power, Chris. Let's get it right.
No, sorry, wrong game.
Okay. All right, so he could give this +6 to the patron, so it trades with the Vampiric Reaper, which may be a strong effect. Looks like he's going to do that. They will trade, but the extra attack on the Everflame Phoenix will pull through. It's an extra 7 attack, yeah. So that's at 42 there. Be down to 27.
Roll here.
I do want to say the...
Oh, we have to draw cards now because we loaded from a save state, so we're going to have to do it kind of manually.
Okay,
Forever?
yeah. If you hit
Still upgrade our
5,
cards.
it'll just deal 5 to you.
Yeah.
5?
And
Yep.
also, this
Just hit
Everflame
5
Phoenix
hovering.
gets 7 attack because the Reaper was on board when it dealt the damage.
Oh, because it all happened simultaneously.
Yeah, it all happened
that's
simultaneously.
right. Thank you, dude. Thanks for catching that.
All right. Cool. We're getting back into it. So there are... We've got 27 here. We've got the Unstable Lasher. We've got the Hibernating Spirit. Spring Dryad does get placed not into a lane that Everflame Phoenix can move. So the Everflame Phoenix does have an open position it can move to at the end. Unfortunately for Chris, it looks like there is the Summoning Council to be able to put 2 bodies on boards. There would be no open lane for Everflame Phoenix to connect with. So, and it's hard for Chris. Might be thinking, I want to keep this lane open. Do I not play my Hibernating Spirit here? He is going to use his Forgeborn ability, so whenever he plays a spell, he can deal 5 to a creature or player. He's got 1 spell, and that will kill off his own Everflame Phoenix. He will get the Everflame Phoenix back, though, at the end of the deck cycle, which is at the end of this turn. Yeah, Chris was looking in a great shape here at the start of the turn, but now, yeah, looks like we are putting the Hibernating Spirit out there, which will deal with the Oak Fathers. I'm guessing we're going to see the Summoning Council come down. The Oak Fathers are going to deal with the Everflame Phoenix. It's going to get 6 damage going through with the breakthrough, but the Everflame Phoenix is just going to come back because the level 2 will reanimate, and then the deck cycle will end, and the Everflame Phoenix comes back. We do get plus 6 healing from the Spring Dryad. Unfortunately, Spring Dryad, when it was played, did not have, Aaron did not have 30 or more health, so it did not get the plus 10 attack. So we're going into combat. We're going to end up with a 22-12 with quite a lot of damage coming in, though, on Aaron's side. He's going to be dealing 32 damage, plus 6 over the breakthroughs. So that's going to be 38 damage coming in against Chris. Bringing this to, I think, 16 health is right. So 10 plus 15 is 25, plus 17 is 32, plus 6 is 38. Yeah, so this is going to be 32. Oh, no, 14, right? 52 minus 38 is 14, I believe. So how is Chris going to play? What he could do is let the he can move the Everflame Phoenix in front of the demon, trade with the demon, so he takes 8 instead of taking. So the 17 plus 6 is 23 damage. He can move the Phoenix over. He could see. This is one of the things I think, like, my cursor showing what's happening could be a little leading. Not sure how to deal with that for future tournaments, but definitely want to figure something out. Potentially, there's a way to make a cursor invisible. As far as another creature being played, the Unstable Lasher, if the Phoenix is moved, the Unstable Lasher could deal 3 to the Oak Father from the deploy, deal 3 from the combat, and then deal 2 to everything, killing off one of the Oak Fathers, the one that it defended. But it might just want to chump block against the Glowhive Siren. Potentially, you see the Glowhive Siren as a larger threat than the Corrupt Demon because its attack can keep growing. So we'll see who he fears more. He does fear the Glowhive Siren. Oh, nope, does choose ultimately for the Corrupt Demon because that 15 health is harder to deal with. Oh, he is going to... Oh, that is going to be a mistake. That is going to kill his Everflame Phoenix. And then his level 2 Everflame Phoenix will get summoned and then die to the Corrupt Demon. I don't know if that's what Chris intended. My thought was to play the Unstable Lasher against the Glowhive Siren, deal the damage either to the, probably to the Glowhive Siren, and then an extra 2. So you could have dealt 6 damage to the Glowhive Siren. I believe at the start of the turn it was at 10. So could have left it at 4 for anything to block with. Yeah, playing that Firestorm, I think ultimately pushed Chris farther back because now he doesn't get his Everflame Phoenix. We do see 15 plus 8 is 23. We do see 33 damage coming in. Yeah, I think I would have rather liked to have that Unstable Lasher. I guess it does take out the blocker, though. Did want to get that 22 damage in. So I was at 23, and he was at, should be at 33 damage. So I believe he was at 52. Okay. This is very close. He definitely wanted that damage, so does... Yeah, so you're just going to have to draw 5 again. Oh yeah, the new deck cycle mixed them together. They're having to do this manually because we brought the game back in a save state, so it can't handle the automatic effects. Okay. Now, we do have the level 2 Firestorm, which could be very, very good for Chris. Aaron, still in a strong position, able to heal a lot with that Dryad, potentially. We do see the Steadfast Shambler, which will be very helpful. We have the Vine Lash, which can deal with the Hibernating Spirit. So, this is going to be tough. Is Chris thinking about the options? All right, we do just start with the Firestorm. So, yeah, everything but the 2 on the end die. If I am Aaron, I'm thinking, well, I gotta use this Vine Lash while I got a strong enough creature to deal with it. Although the health of the spirit is much lower now, we are going to see the Forgeborn, and he's going to give his creature plus 15 armor this turn. Is that what we're seeing? Yeah, so he's saying we're just going to take the damage this turn. He's going to give himself 15 armor and a creature 15 armor. Oh, okay, it looks like he's deciding not to use this. If he doesn't use this, this is going to be tough because he's got the Vine Lash. The armor could have saved the spirit, but he chose not to. Healing 6 from here, and now we're going to see the punish with playing the Steadfast Shambler instead. Interesting. Now there's another opportunity to use the Sunderer's Forgeborn ability. The Steadfast Shambler will not die to the Varna's Pact. So we cannot get this Hibernating Spirit's damage through. If we don't see the Forgeborn ability, we're going to see this Spirit die to a Vine Lash. Unfortunately, it does not have another minion on board. Chris can use the Varna's Pack to at least make the 6/6 and trade with the 17/4. You can send that -2/-2 at the Spring Dryad, trying to save some health. The Volcanic Giant will just trade as well. That's an option for trading. But the Varna's Pact trades and mitigates a tiny bit of damage. So we'll see what ends up happening. Oh, I'm seeing, oh, thank you, Bill. I am wondering if you realize the Spirit has Defender and not Aggressive. Was the Spirit played? I thought the Spirit was played. No, because last turn... good question. I believe the Spirit was already in play from the turn before. I'm not 100% sure. I'll definitely check back in the VOD. Oh, no. I forgot to hit record. That's embarrassing. I meant to be locally recording this entire stream, but I just started the stream and didn't hit record. So we're, hey, Otajima, do we save VODs? Because it would be really nice to have this VOD. Because I just realized I did not start the local recording, which is a bit embarrassing. Let me check Twitch right now, because that is gonna suck if I don't have those first few games. They are starting to creep their way back up. They've cracked out here. Okay, good. It should save on Twitch. I'm really hoping that it does. No, don't silent. Going on to Twitch, I don't want to watch Twitch. I just want things to be figured out. Okay, good. We're saved. My incompetence, that's the word, will not flounder us today. All right, Soul Reap. We don't have the Beast in play, so this is just going to deal damage. Okay, I see that we don't have the previous cards turned back. I'm going to check in with the players for a hot sec.
You know, potentially getting out, not the Fleet Druid, but
we're finished?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, cool.
We're finished. Sorry,
okay.
we didn't
for aggro players. We're done.
Okay, that's all right. Okay, cool. Yeah, so how did that game feel? Sorry for the disruption in the middle there.
Oh, no worries. It was good. We were just talking about his final decision on not popping his ice armor there to guarantee the 15, and mostly just he was just kind of looking for a single angle to win the game, which I think is what he was explaining there. So yeah, but overall, I mean, actually the decks felt pretty similar in what they're doing. They're both Soul Reap decks. They both have like quite a bit of life gain, and they're both just kind of waiting to build a threat and then just punch through like a final victory. So pretty even decks.
Yeah, it felt good. I felt we were pretty. That's a nice. This deck has is the one we're kind of testing things against right now. I know in our community when we're playing, and the idea of the health gain and the damage balance, like the swings are nuts with purple. The swings are nuts. So yeah, so the change of health, reduction on your opponent, and the fact that you gain 3 to 6 health on a swing through Soul Reap, through things like Hag, through things like, it's the purple thing, right? I talked about this, I think, with more in the last game, was like purple is so strong because of those swings. The idea that you can do damage and gain health. I mean, if you can do both in a turn, why wouldn't you?
Chris, I wanted to ask you about a particular play at the end of the previous deck cycle when you firestormed your own Everflame Phoenix. What was your thought process behind that?
I was trying to remove his Oak Fathers. He had so much breakthrough and stuff. I mean, like, me just throwing this in front of this to kill it, yeah, that's great, but then I'm sitting looking down at 8/8. I mean, I missed a good opportunity to take advantage of the 5 damage there, and my Firestorm hadn't been leveled all game. Generally with this deck, if I know I'm against a green deck, who, like, he was popping Wisps and playing Summoning Council and stuff, I'll level that Firestorm, knowing that I'm going to run into this situation, right? Like, I was sitting here the whole time, and I think Scuba was too, going like, I mean, I think you kept mentioning my Turnabout, which also never got leveled.
Yeah.
So it played as like a dead card, and then my Firestorm got so weak that I was having to... I didn't take as advantage of my Gathering Storm ability. I missed a good chance to do upwards of 10 damage to the creatures and regain. So, you know, I think I missed a swing. So at that point, when I decided to sack my bird, it was like, well, I know it's going to soak damage. I know I'm going to be able to remove one of his dudes. And then we'll see what I can draw into to sort of try to regain control of the board. I really just needed to get control because he was going to run away with it.
See, my thought there was, if your Phoenix I was going to take that Lasher, put it as a blocker for the Glowhive Siren, and the breakthrough will still come through. You know, you're not blocking any of the breakthrough guys, but the Everflame Phoenix will trade with the Demon, reanimating the level 2, and then that deck cycle ends, bringing back the level 3 again as a fresh 15/15.
Well, he would have... Well, no, you're saying I would have bounced over here with the bird.
Yep.
Was that at that point?
I mean,
but I was still staring down at that point. These two... I had 2 Oak Fathers to deal with, didn't I, at that point?
Was that when the 2 Oak Fathers were there? I think that was when you had like a Glowhive here and the Demon here, and you had to choose what you were going to block. And
I mean, that could have been a misplay too. I considered it. I was like, do I sack the bird there and then leave some lanes open? I don't know. I don't remember what my hand was at the point either.
I think in my head, I remember the idea was just put a chump blocker in front of the Glowhive, and then your Phoenix, it was timed right just so that the Phoenix would die, reanimate the level 2, then the deck cycle would immediately end, reanimating the level 3.
I was trying to... I mean, I think I was also trying to clear off some of his other stuff over here. Or didn't he have something else that was like low health?
Yeah, he had... Yeah, there was...
I killed the Glowhive.
You killed...
I was trying to kill the Glowhive.
Yeah, so you did take care of one of them. It was he had you in a tough position. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was my last turn. I mean, that was like my last play. So I had the Firestorm, I had this active, and my thing was I need to get rid of this Glowhive. Yeah, I could chump block it. I could move over, chump block it with something, and at least take this out. It would leave my bird. Might have been a better play. Might have given me more lane control. My biggest mistake, I think, at the end game was I totally forgot about Vine Lash. I mean, I didn't know
level 2.
Vine Lash was going to come up. He never played it. This is level 1, or this is level 2. I guess you did play it earlier, but I forgot that at level 2 it turns to strike instead of battle.
Yeah. Although battle would have done the job too if it was level 1, because could have just run an Oak Father against it. It's actually a pretty interesting card that I hadn't realized that Vine Lash is not a dead card even in level 3 if it's still level 1.
Level 3, I think you can hit me in the face, can't you?
No? It's 2 targets. It's 1 creature strikes 2 things.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is
but
still
even level
disgusting.
1, you can still battle, right? You can still battle in level 3, which is sometimes what you need.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, Strike is so strong. We've talked about this card before too. It's so good. This is a common card. I mean, it's nuts. Strike or Vine Lash. Yeah, and this guy, the Steadfast Shambler, is always savage too. I'm glad he came out late.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good game, man. Good game though. Good game for sure, man. It was great.
Yeah.